the differences between things that I would love to do and things that I just cannot focus on. And I feel like there's a huge distinction between something that I'm obsessed with and something that I'm not obsessed with, or something that I would just feel like, okay, I think it would be great if I do it, I would love to learn this one, this field, this specific skill, but I just don't, dedicate myself, my time, and my effort to it. And the clear distinction is that obsession is something that you do to love yourself, and desires and likes, like, oh yeah, I would love to do them, are just simply things that you would love to have an image of. You would love to be the person who plays it or who does it. So let me explain. I think that this is kind of accurate. I'm not saying this is it. Just like other videos in my YouTube channel, I'm just sharing my thoughts and opinions, and you guys can have different opinions. Especially, yeah, I think the opinion really is the right term to use, and it fits exactly really, really well in this uh in the meaning that I'm trying to imply. Since like, if I'm no expert in this, I just think a lot and write things, but a bunch of things that I overthink about. So let me evaporate on that, because I thought of it. So like, just in let's say you try to do things and you fail. Let's put it that simply. Whatever it is, you had to do it, or you whether you wanted to do it, whatever it is, there's a feeling of, like, you get surge of motivation, like in some period of time you really want to do this thing, like in my case, when I'm outside, I feel like, okay, when I get back to home, I'm gonna be so productive. I'm gonna clean my home extra clean. Today's my bathroom clean day. Like, I'm gonna do the X, Y, and Z, and I'm gonna accomplish them really, really well. But the moment I step in, and the moment I sit on my chair, maybe that's the trigger. That's why, like, most of times, like, especially on my lunch, I try not to intentionally not to sit on my chair, because it's kind of a trigger. Like, I get so comfortable, so now I feel like I can be unproductive, and I have like infinite time to kind of indulge myself and come back to the time, actually, like, turn my switch on to like productive mode when I have to. But usually, I mean, most of the times, every single time, 99% of the times, it just doesn't work the way I thought it would. So let's say you are in that situation, and I just thought of it. Why do I fail? Why do we fail in the things that we promise ourselves? Like, why can't we? Why do we even say that in the first place? Do we not understand ourselves perfectly? Maybe not perfectly, but at least, like, to the point where you don't have to fail something that tell yourself that you're gonna do it like every single day or like every single year, but in, like, I don't know, 3 days, 3 weeks, or like a couple of, like, 3 months, and then you're all the way back to normal, back to zero. So it's like, what's the difference? What's the difference between because I'm sure everyone's obsessed with something. They just don't say it out loud. Because in my case, like, because if they kind of say it out loud, it sounds like you're bragging about, that thing, that something that, like, you're kind of disciplined in. But it's not discipline for you. And for most of people, I don't think it's discipline, and they very underplay it, because for them it actually is not discipline. For them, like, in order to love themselves, they have to do it. It's not a choice, it's not an option. Like, the brain operates very different, takes it just a whole different level when it comes to, like, treats it as a whole different thing when it comes to that thing. It doesn't just dwindle, or by your emotional. It just doesn't just get swayed by, like, other people's opinion. You just go and do it regardless of how difficult it is, difficult the situation you are in to do it. You're just gonna go and do it if you wanted to. That's the part. And weirdly enough, like, there's literally no friction. Like there has to be friction, but it's crazy how there's no friction, because it's like the feeling that I get when, let's say, I have to, in my brain, I had already planned everything out like weeks before my, so I have to go to my granny's, visit my granny, since my parents are coming back from Mexico to visit, to see me and their family. I mean, our family. So I don't usually do it, but I had already planned like weeks before how I'm gonna like take all the protein powders in, like, those like little things. Where am I gonna train? Where am I gonna read? Or like little things. But surely I don't do this. I don't even think about this way when it comes to something that I don't want to do. Something that I just have to kind of force myself into doing, into liking. So it's and also like I genuinely believe that once the first step really is everything. Whether you have to force yourself to do the first step, like to get into the first step, because everyone can do it. Everyone can focus on, maybe like it really depends, But in my case, even when I was extremely low in grades in my junior high and high school, the first year, I hated studying. I For some reason I could not put myself into studying. And even back at that time, at this period of my life, I still remember, like, if I did it, then I could, like if I put myself into the situation, like, okay, I have to study like from now on, then okay, yeah, like the moment I start studying, like 30 minutes after, like I'm kind of locked in, then I could study for like hours, like 4 hours, 6 hours, maybe not six back in the times, but you get my point. Whatever it is, even though if it's a thing that you really hate, once you put yourself in that first step, everything just works out, everything just plays out. You just do it magically. Like for me, but it's weird how I don't get any frictions. I don't get my brain doesn't just say no, or like say it says like, oh, I really really hate doing it, or like I get the feeling of, or even if I get that feeling when I'm doing something I really enjoy, or like that I do every single day, then I don't think my brain takes it that way. So it's like I'm self manipulating subconsciously. um I'm really uncomfortable in this, let's say. I had a terrible, 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 like horrible, might be like the worst workday session ever. Just like today, like I had to do a couple of sets more of my deadlift, because I couldn't really feel the load on my glutes. And it gets really uncomfortable when you're like in the situation where there's no clear answer, and you just have to like brute force it. But it doesn't really like stays in my head. It never stays in my head for that long, and never ever 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 affects my next session. The next session is like, okay, today's like my leg day. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm just gonna go and do it. Like, just let's just go and just, and like I'm gonna have some pre workout and kind of thing. Like that's it. Even though I had like the one of the worst like day, or like whatever, like my performance was really bad, and I have so many evidence and proofs that I can like back up. You know, I just don't think about them, and I think that's like the something that I wish I could just operate that way. I just like apply it into something that I really hate doing, but it's just impossible. I don't think that's how it works. I genuinely don't believe. I don't think it's like a command key. Like you type things inside you code it, because we are not equations. We are like codes. We operate in very very weird ways. Um. So again, I wish I could, but I can't. And w- things that I love doing, I think like things that we love doing are the things that we had to do, and our brain just stopped questioning. Our brain all of a sudden at that point, like, okay, this is so locked in. every single time I say no to this, it never just works. So how about we just start liking this? Our brain goes like, okay, it's been like 3 months. I thought he's gonna give up, but he keeps gets motivations, and like he just keeps going on going. He likes it, so I guess I have to like rewire my brain, like myself, into liking it. So like even if there are, like I said, so many frictions that can occur, it never come across my brain, so I can just like keep on going. But when it comes to things that I don't like doing, like avoid it for like years and keep on I keep on just I've been I haven't been doing it for a very long time, even though I had to, then it's like my brain starts questioning every single part, every single time, every single second, or the moment I finish doing it. Pardon me. The moment I finish doing it, I just start questioning every single bit of it, and like trying my dead best to like find what am I missing, like what could be the perfect excuse, and not even excuse, like way of fact, like I have this proves I really am not like improving in this and blah blah blah. Like, is this actually like like what's the whole point of all this, and like am I getting better, or like can I do something else while doing it? Like I just feel like I'm wasting my time here. All the bullshit starts happening the moment I start trying to do the thing that I'm supposed to, like I really want to. I think like it's very fascinating how we feel so differently on like several things. I don't know if it's just me. Like the feelings, like it really feels like I'm living with someone else in my head. I mean, yeah, in my head with me inside this body, who's who. It's like a plant. I think that like I'm living with a plant who just never negotiates, who never just talks about the matters and like what's going on inside my body. Even though I say like a bunch of things, even though I say like, oh, this is so irrational. Like, how about that we just move on and we live our lives, and this plant inside me just goes like, I don't really give a fuck, like I'm just gonna lean toward the light. I like this, I just like it. It just shows. And you feel it that way, and fuck, like you can't do anything about it. It just happens. It just comes to you and it happens. And what are you gonna do? It gets extremely, extremely difficult to go against that feeling. Uh and that's where all the frictions come from. So yeah, that's the whole point of this video. Thank you for watching or listening to this. Share your thoughts, whatever, and have a nice day, guys.